I mean, it makes calls and texts and goes on the internet and stuff, but it just beeps when I get a text message when I'm making a video, and it should know better. I'm Tyson with Faithfully Bearded. Please don't forget to hit that subscribe button, that thumbs up, and that bell, and turn on all notifications so you know when we come out with new content. Alright. What is going on, everybody? So, you probably clicked on this video because of the title that it has. You know, our reviewers biased, and I don't want to say anything about the beard community. I mean, you can just correlate all reviewers together. So if you watch tech reviews or anything like that, is our reviewers biased? I mean, you see some reviewers that have sponsored by Canon or Sony, talking good about those products, talking bad about the other companies. To me, that would show some bias in there. You got sponsorships in sports. You have all sorts of things, and you know, as a non-paid reviewer, I like to think that I'm unbiased. Yeah, but when you look at the big picture of things, you look at relationships that you build, whether you're building it with a big corporation, they're helping you, they're sponsoring you, they're doing things like that to personally benefit you or your content, you're going to be a little bit more biased to them than maybe somebody you haven't talked to at all. Let's say I'm a big time YouTuber, or I have a business, I'm an athlete, something along those lines, and Chevy comes up to me and says, "Hey, how you doing? You know, I love your stuff, I love your content," and they don't offer me anything. We just talk, and a month passes, 2 months passes. We just have this relationship going. Now the guy I'm talking to is becoming a friend of mine. When I go to talk about vehicles and purchase vehicle, would I not be more persuaded if a sponsorship deal came between Ford and Chevy? Would I not be more persuaded to go with that Chevy because of the relationship? I tend to think so. I don't know. You guys can make your decisions on that. And, you know, so that's where I come out and I want to do, like, the faithful ranker score, rank everything out on feel, have a company aspect of it. So if I have a really good relationship with a company and I've never talked to this other company, I can at least have the ranking in there to try to be as unbiased as possible. But I think no matter who you are, think about your favorite company. The favorite company off the top of your head, the first one that pops into your head, go think of that company in the beard world or any world, and why do you pick them? Why are you more prone to say I'm a Ford guy or I'm a Chevy guy? Because you've had good experiences, because you like it. You haven't made anything from them, you haven't necessarily done anything from them. I guess moral of the story is, I mean, money doesn't always have to be involved. Everybody's a little bit different. Not everybody that likes Chevy is going to like Ford. Not everybody that likes the Chiefs, go Chiefs, is going to like the Broncos. Or just because you like the Chiefs doesn't mean you're going to like the Royals or barbecue. I mean, we're all different. We all seem to go different. The weightlifting world, a lot of people are partial to machines. A lot of people are partial to free weights. They all have their belief systems, diets. Some people love keto. Some people are against keto. Some people it works for. Some people it doesn't. The research is all the same, realistically. I mean, you can research keto all you want. You're going to see 10,000 different reports, so it's which doctor do you trust the most, you know? And I think no matter what in the review world, it can kind of be the same way. If I go watch Peter McKinnon, he's done and sponsored by Canon. He can make Canon seem like the best thing ever. He can bash Canon and say that they have an issue, but still make it sound good. And I can go watch a Sony reviewer, and they make the Sony sound like the best thing ever. I've seen Peter McKinnon also switch from Canon to Sony and try it out, and he's sponsored by Canon. So I think there's a level of morale or moralities. No, wait, that didn't sound right. There's a level of your morals, your personal morals, on whether you're being paid and how you draw the line for a company down in any review game. And so, you know, it's I mean, I'm sitting here and 7:15, July 15th. It's Wednesday. And that's just kind of what's going through my head. Like, I'm watching some videos about Canon, the new cameras overheating, and you see fanboyism, and you see this. It's Xbox versus PlayStation. And everybody has their own reasons why they like certain things. And so I kind of think about myself, and I'm like, do I show bias or anything like that? And it's kind of like, I kind of do. And when you look at the Faithful Ranker score, I mean, I think there's a reason why companies it's all my opinion. It's all how it works on me, right? So the companies, like Renewed Man is ranked number 1, like Bearded Mac and some others right below it. And it's like, those are some of my top companies that I would go to myself. And I mean, that's why they're on the Faithful Ranker score. So I think you find the people that you trust and confide in that tend to like the same type of products you like. So I tend to like, what is this? Come on, Mick. I tend to like Canon for my camera equipment. So I tend to watch reviewers that review Canon stuff. I'm not watching Sony reviewers to see what they say about Canon, because they're probably not going to say a bunch of good stuff. Like, they're pro Canon. And I think it can kind of be that way, Chevy, Ford, PlayStation versus Xbox. There's always these fan wars going on, but I think that's just part of it. You have to do your own research, and you have to do your own experimentations. You have to feel things, see things, hold things, use things for yourself. I mean, I heard one of these cameras was the most amazing camera in the world, and I bought it, and I used it for 10 minutes, and I was like, this is not going to work for what I need. Has all the bells and whistles in the world, but the one thing it's missing is the one thing I use every single video. So the camera just didn't work for me. It works for 10,000 other people, a million other people, but it doesn't work for me in the one thing that I want to do. A lot of people love Mac. Mac does not work for what I want to do. I love a powerhouse computer that when I click the mouse, it does what I want. I like a computer that can render a video quickly. Windows, when I can build it myself, I can build it how I want. That's going to work for me. So I think it's the same way all the way across the board. So, I see a lot of reviews coming out right now because I think with COVID, technology is sparse. I mean, you try to buy a webcam right now, and you can't even get a webcam. And new cameras are launching, graphics cards are getting ready to launch. So, so many people are talking about technology, and that's what spurs me to think about this is like, okay, you got your Sony boys, you got your AMD, you got your Microsoft, you got your Apple. I mean, there's so many different sides that there is. But one thing that I notice with all the tech channels is they all talk about each other, and they will call each other out. They'll give each other props. They do collaboration type stuff together. In fact, there was a guy that was doing like a preview of the new Canon R5, and he goes over to Peter McKinnon, and he's like, hey, what do you think about this? And they just started talking about it, and it's like, Peter McKinnon has millions of subscribers. He doesn't need to be going and helping out a little vlogger to do anything, but what does he have to lose? Like, his channel is not going to fall because he appeared on somebody else's channel and helped them out, so it's like, the tech world is just so different than, they're all just friendly and friends, and realizing that there's a ton of people out there, and a subscriber's a subscriber, and they can have difference of opinions. They can like Sony, they can like Canon, but still the purpose is they like photography, they like technology, so they can bond over that. And I think that's really interesting, and that the world just needs a lot more of that, like, you drive a Ford, I drive a Chevy, who cares? We both like the trucks, and we both like modding them. You drive this, you drive that, you wear this, you wear Patagonia, and I wear Cool. Oh my gosh, we can't be friends. We can't be friends because I don't like Patagonia, but I like Cool, and you're wearing Patagonia. It's just, this isn't going to work, but we both like hiking and camping. That's why we're wearing the outdoorsy clothes, So I think, you know, there's a lot of misinterpretation. So do I think reviewers are biased? I don't really know. I think there could be some, but I mean, form your own opinions, you know? If you see, you know, somebody, I mean, realistically, we're supposed to, as reviewers, there's an article put out by the government, and realistically, we're supposed to say whether we get paid, whether it's a free review, whether we got the products for free. It's supposed to be in there, and I don't necessarily know that the beard world has caught on with that yet in the review game there, because it's so easy for everybody just to pick up a camera and make a review on something, but when it gets started to like sending out products for free or getting paid, like realistically we're supposed to be disclosing that in our video somewhere. And if we post it on Instagram or any social media, we're supposed to have a watermark, an overlay saying this is a paid advertisement if we got paid to do the review or for that advertisement. I have never, ever seen that once on Instagram, but we're supposed to according to social media standards, but I don't necessarily know that that's a huge deal or the point that I'm really trying to make. I mean, I was sitting around watching a camera review, and then this guy like bombs in on Peter McKinnon, and I'm like, look at them like collaborating together because they both have channels. One's big, one's really big. You think, oh, I'll never be able to talk to Peter McKinnon, but there he is working with this littler guy, you know. And so it kind of just made me think about like our community and things like that. And you know, when people feel afraid to reach out to bigger people or anything like that, and it's just like we got to have the mindset, we're all human beings, we all grow beards, and we're all here for the same reason, and that's to bond over our beards, to make friends in the community, and find your reviewer that gives you the honest answers to what works in your beard. And that's something that I've always tried to pride myself on is being consistent and honest and truthful and transparent. That's why I put the companies up on the website. If you didn't know that, faithfullybearded.com has a list of all the companies that I've reviewed since I started this list, and they're all there in numerical of how they score with a discount code and the review. So everything's full transparent there, you can see. So, you know, if you were to walk up to me on the streets and say, hey, you know, what's your number one beard company out there? Like, wouldn't it be weird to, like, for me to say somebody that was, like, 10th on my list? You know, like, if this is a list that I created based off a scoring system that I came up with, I mean, you would think that the number one ranked on the list beard company would be my number one. So that's why I like it, is just like, I think it's easier for everybody. Plus, it's one spot. I don't have to post those pictures all the time saying, like, here's my discount codes. Like, you just know you can go to faithfullybearded.com. All my discount codes are right there all the time. So, I don't know. It just works for me. But I got to get back to work, and this video is getting kind of long. I just want to talk about, you know, our reviewers' bias. And I think we're all biased towards brands we like, no matter if it's Nike, Adidas, what it is. We're all a little bit biased to that, but I also think we can still give positive criticism. We can all give constructive and positive criticism for the company to grow. And I don't think anybody's perfect. I think you can go right now and buy a pair of Adidas shoes and be like, oh, there's this that I particularly wish was different. But that doesn't mean that the thousands of people or the hundreds of people, the engineers that developed them, here's the perfect example. Like, I wish my phone knew when I was making a video and mute itself. Nobody else probably gives a crap about that doesn't make videos. But for me, that's the one thing that I would change about the iPhone. I can't give this a 10 out of 10 because it doesn't mute itself when I make a video. And then I get text messages, and they come in, and they pop up in the video. So this is not a 10 out of 10 phone. I mean, it makes calls and texts and goes on the internet and stuff, but it just beeps when I get a text message when I'm making a video, and it should know better. One person, two people, 100 people make products and they think it's the perfect product, or it's just like content creators. Go back and watch your first video. At the time, you probably thought it was amazing. Now you look back at it and you're like, wow, that's garbage. Like, it was great at that time. And products can be like that. They can be great for the people that are creating them at that time. They can be great for a certain amount of people, but there's just always going to be that one person that would change something. There's always something you can find about something to make it different, Like, yeah, the Chiefs won the Super Bowl. That's awesome. You guys had a great season. You won the championship, but you shouldn't have been trailing by 20 points in the Super Bowl. Like, it should have been 60-0. Like, you could have had all the inflated stats. I mean, that's what I'm saying, guys. So, like, take everything with a grain of salt. Be you, be bearded, and God bless. Thank you for watching this video. I hope that you enjoyed it. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button, that thumbs up, and that bell. Turn on all your notifications so you know when we come out with new content. You can also find us at faithfullybearded.com, on Facebook, on Instagram, and on your favorite podcast network. Just search Faithfully Bearded on your favorite podcast app. God bless.